of straight white teeth underneath soft pink lips. Her eyes would be too big on most faces, but because they were so perfectly placed atop her high cheekbones, they were her best feature. "Beau," the woman said, pulling back on the man's arm. "Will you relax and slow down?" He didn't stop moving toward the nurse's desk, tugging her along. "This is not the time to slow down, Maisy." Fuck me. It was her. The breath I'd been holding rushed out so fast my chest caved. "Look," Maisy wriggled her fingers out of Beau's meaty grip and stopped by the doorway to the waiting room. "This is where we part ways. This is your room." She pointed to an open chair across from my couch. "And I'll go get checked into mine. I'll text you in a bit." He frowned. "You're having a baby. I'm not staying in the waiting room." "Well, you're not coming into my room." "I love you, but there are things you are not going to see. That includes me in a hospital gown with my feet in stirrups." "You're not doing this alone, Maze." "Mom will be here soon, and—" "Oh, owie!" She bent over her pregnant belly and hissed out a long breath through clamped teeth. My legs started to push off the floor, but I stopped before I could rise from my seat. It wasn't my job to comfort her through a contraction. She had her brother and her family for that. I was just a stranger. Still, I wanted the job. I wanted to be the man rubbing her back and kissing her hair. I wanted to hold her hand and let her squeeze it with all her might. I wanted to tell her how beautiful she was as her baby made its way into the world. How fucked up was that? I'd seen her for the first time just a minute ago. But one look and all I could think about was making her mine. 2 minutes ago, I would have told you that shit didn't happen in real life. Men like me didn't believe in love at first sight. 2 minutes ago, I was a chump. "Are you okay?" Beau asked when Maisy stood straight. She looked down at her belly, rubbing the sides as a smile lit up her entire face. "I'm okay. It doesn't feel great, but it just means he'll be here soon." "Let me come with you to get checked in, please?" Beau asked, and when she nodded, he led her toward the nurse's desk and out of my sight. My jaw tightened as realization set in. I was here on a fool's errand. That woman loved her unborn child and would never give him up. The elderly woman at my side said something I didn't catch, so caught up with Maisy I'd forgotten I wasn't alone on this couch. "What was that?" I asked. "I said I don't envy her," she repeated. "If that baby takes after its father at all, she's in for a rough delivery. He's as big as a mountain. For her sake, I hope she gets the drugs." I shook my head and mumbled, "He's not the father." "Pardon?" I didn't repeat myself. Instead, I stood and walked out of the waiting room as quickly as I could, going straight for the stairs so I wouldn't have to wait for the elevator. The second the stairwell door slammed tight behind me, I pulled out my phone from my pocket. I pressed the most recent name in the call log and held the phone tight to my ear as I bounded down the steps 2 at a time. "She's keeping the baby. Leave her be."
Chapter 1. Maisy. 3.5 years later. "Do you think they're ever going to get over it?" Milo asked. "Over me renaming the motel?" "Yeah." I smiled and shrugged. "Probably not." Milo and I were sitting in a booth at the Prescott cafe, eavesdropping on the coffee club as they debated whether the decision to rename my motel from the Fan Mountain Inn to the Bitterroot Inn was going to land me in bankruptcy. They'd been having the same discussion for over a year now and still hadn't come to any conclusions. "I swear, these guys are running out of gossip," Milo said. "I remember their meetings being much more informative. Now they're just recycling old..."